I wish there wasn't such a thing as PTSD, and I do wish we were robots. That, you know, there's no emotions involved in watching your friends die and children die and things like that. I wish there's no emotions, but unfortunately. I know we're soldiers, but we are humans too.
Someone who hasn't had PTSD, can you describe what it feels like?
It's like living your worst nightmare on a daily basis.
For me, personally, PTSD feels like high anxiety constantly. It's like someone's sitting on my chest, like right here.
Just felt emotional all the time and tired, and I kept crying over simple things.
It was a change in mood, it was a change in attitude towards a job that I loved. I felt unmotivated, I felt bored.
I started to get just random thoughts in my head that I couldn't get rid of. So every time I tried to put my head in the pillow to go to sleep, the noise in my head, the chatter, just wouldn't quieten down.
You can't make the feelings out of your body go away. It can come out of nowhere with like a flashback.
I have to be really careful where I go, you know, if it's really loud or really crowded, my anxiety levels go through the roof, and I find it really quite hard.
My wife noticed it first. She noticed my isolation, she noticed my irritability, not sleeping at night, and being in a constant daydream and I daydream about the shit, the stuff that I've seen.
A lot of things around me were also falling apart, relationships, and I genuinely didn't understand or think that I was worth anything anymore, because I'd done what I needed to do, I'd done what I loved, and I'd finished at that because I was broken.
I woke up on the 12th of August in 2020 and just decided that today was going to be my last day on earth, and I was going to take an overdose and just end all the noise and get rid of the chatter. Tidied the house, had dinner, had a shower, did my hair and makeup, and at midnight took an overdose of 95 amitriptyline.
I thought of an exit strategy: down a bottle or whatever, take a load of pills and go and swim out to the sea and don't come back again.
I've tried to kill myself a few times, and I'm relieved it didn't work, but there was no intention of stopping me, even though my son was in the military house upstairs. I was so wanted the pain and the stress to stop that I was very selfish.
And I just drove myself to a very secluded spot along the Devon coastline and wandered out of my car and stood on top of a cliff. And I was basically contemplating suicide, throwing myself off.
I couldn't get any lower. I got hold of a handgun and I sat in the kitchen, and Betsy was sat on the back of this settee, and I had this gun and I put it in my mouth and I was clicking. One there, my fucking head, my fucking forehead. I was putting it in my mouth so much I was gagging on it. Put one round in, and I cocked it. I put it in my mouth, and then Betsy looked at me and she tilted her head and tilted it the other way. And I stared at her and I took the gun out, put it down. I said thank you to her.
So 2 days later, I woke up in intensive care. I had this tube down my throat and I just kept clutching at it and trying to grab it because I thought I was going to drown. I just couldn't breathe. My overwhelming emotion was, I don't want to die, which is so far removed from the emotion of 2 days before that, because 2 days before that, all I wanted to do was die. I got released from hospital and started the recovery journey.
I've got to be stronger than that, and it still hasn't gone. But now I've got support and I've got a team.
And I feel so lucky that I'm a veteran because I got so much help so quickly.
I've now got the tools that I can cope with it, and I've got the relevant information I need to live with it on a daily basis.
I'd like to say to people that do take part in the Veterans Lottery that they're actually saving lives, you know.
If it wasn't for the Veterans Lottery giving the funding to the Veterans Foundation, you know, the people that helped me, the counsellors that helped me wouldn't be there. You know, all those support networks, all those people that put their arms around me when I needed it the most just wouldn't exist. You know, the services wouldn't be there.
Thank you for playing the lottery, because your money goes to a good cause. It goes to help people like myself and other veterans that are damaged, physical damaged. The most important one is mentally damaged. That's the killer. Yeah, thank you so much for playing the Veterans Lottery, and thank you for saving my life, because I appreciate that.
If you would like to help veterans like me,
If you want to help veterans like me,
British veterans like me,
then please play the Veterans Lottery.